Our mission today, well, it's to uncover some surprising truths about something many of us do every single day: breakfast. Especially if you're over 60, you might find some seemingly innocent morning habits could actually be, quietly stressing your heart.
Yeah, it's really fascinating how subtle these dangers often are. A lot of common breakfast foods, even ones that shout healthy right from the box, they can sometimes inadvertently lead to things like high blood pressure, fatigue, even irregular heart rhythms. So this deep dive will walk you through these quiet culprits and, really importantly, what you could eat instead for genuine heart protection.
Okay, let's definitely unpack this. Many of us grew up thinking certain foods were just fine, harmless even. So first up, white bread and jam. Seems like a light choice, right? A lot of seniors might pick toast over, say, bacon and eggs. But for our listeners over 60, what's the real issue here? Why is this maybe not so innocent for heart health?
Well, it's pretty deceptive, actually. You see, white bread has been stripped of nearly all its fiber. It essentially hits your system like sugar. Then you pair it with jam, which is often packed with more added sugars. And bam! You get this really dangerous blood sugar spike.
Okay.
And for an aging metabolism, these daily spikes, followed by crashes, they create this low-grade inflammation. It's quiet, but it damages artery linings, makes blood vessels stiffer, and it contributes to plaque buildup over time. We saw this with a case, Mr. Charles Benton, 72, seemed active, healthy, but his regular toast and jelly habit, it actually led to chest tightness and his blood sugar started climbing. He was unknowingly stressing his heart.
Wow. Okay, that really paints a picture. So moving on, instant breakfast cereals. They often have those heart-healthy claims right on the front. What's the actual story there?
Yeah, you really can't just trust the marketing on those. The reality is they're often loaded with refined grains, lots of hidden sugars, and quite a bit of sodium, too. And critically, very little fiber, usually. So that rapid blood sugar spike we talked about, it happens again. And for someone over 60, it can really overwhelm the body's insulin response. This can actually accelerate plaque buildup. Think about Miss Elaine Carter, 75. She thought she was doing great eating a healthy multigrain cereal every day, but her blood pressure stayed stubbornly high. Why? Well, 19 grams of sugar and 280 milligrams of sodium in just one serving.
19 grams.
Exactly. That's significant metabolic disruption before you've even really started your day, before 9 a.m.
And it's not always the obvious stuff, is it? Like flavored yogurt. People think gut health, probiotics. But it often hides a surprising amount of sugar, too. How does that impact an aging heart?
Oh, absolutely. A small container can easily have, say, 18 to 25 grams of sugar. Some yogurts even push 40 grams. Yes. So again, you get these rapid blood sugar spikes, inflammation. And as we age, insulin sensitivity naturally tends to decline. So this puts a real increased demand, a serious strain on your cardiovascular system. We saw Miss Carol Jennings, 72. She was experiencing fatigue, heart palpitations, and it was linked directly back to her daily strawberry yogurt habit.
Okay, so sugary starts are out. But what about skipping breakfast entirely? Some people think, oh, nothing is better than something bad. Is that true?
That's a really common myth, but actually it can be surprisingly harmful.
How so?
Well, when you skip breakfast, your body kicks into a kind of stress response. It releases cortisol and adrenaline. This actually increases your blood pressure and puts your heart under prolonged tension. Now, for seniors, your cardiovascular system might be a bit less flexible, less able to handle that kind of stress smoothly.
Ah, I see.
And there's another issue, medication absorption can become uneven, which itself can be dangerous. Take Mr. Samuel Price, 82. He started having dizzy spells, even had a fall. Turned out, taking his blood pressure meds on a totally empty stomach caused dangerous drops. His body was, it was literally asking for fuel.
That's quite serious. So, okay, we've talked about what not to do. What does this all mean for you listening right now? You must be wondering, okay, so what should I eat?
Exactly. And the good news is your first meal is a really powerful opportunity to actively support and heal your heart. You want to focus on choices that work with your body, not against it. Think things like steel-cut oats, not the instant packets.
Okay.
Avocados, plain Greek yogurt, plain as key berries, nuts, seeds. These foods provide fiber, healthy fats, protein. They work together to stabilize blood sugar, reduce that inflammatory burden we talked about, and really nourish your cardiovascular system.
So real food.
Real food, exactly. We saw Mrs. Ruby Thomas, 84. She completely transformed her energy levels and her blood pressure numbers just by switching to these kinds of simple, consistent breakfast choices.
That's fantastic. It really underscores that your heart is a gift, isn't it? And it deserves fuel, not fasting or Sugary chaos.
Huh.
Even small intentional changes to breakfast seem like they can make a significant difference to your long-term health.
Absolutely. And, perhaps the most dangerous thing isn't just what's on your plate or not on your plate. It's sometimes the belief that maybe you're too old to change, that things are just set in stone. But as we've explored today, that really couldn't be further from the truth. Your heart genuinely still has time to heal, to strengthen, and to carry you forward with vitality. So maybe the real question is, what change will you decide to make tomorrow morning?